Hey guys, it's Sasha. So as you saw in the title, I'm gonna be telling you why you're ugly. I know. Harsh, but we need to have this talk. Disclaimer, everybody's beautiful in their own way. But I really just want to make this video because I know I've been there. I still go through these things. Like, you just have trouble. You don't know what else to do. Like, you're just like, okay, like, what do I do now? Like, how do I up my looks? How do I do that? Well, I'm gonna be teaching you how today because there are a list of things that you probably didn't think about. Okay, first of all, we're gonna start with like the obvious basics, like your diet. When I tell you that your diet completely changes the way that you look, I mean that. Not everybody has to be a skinny queen to look pretty, but one thing it does affect: your hair, your skin, nails. And I swear to God, when you just see somebody that eats bad, you can tell they eat bad. Like, they just look greasy, they look nasty. Like, it's not necessarily their fault. It's literally what you put in. You become what you eat. You become what you put in your body. If I'm putting all these healthy vegetables and good meats in my body, I'm going to look beautiful. My skin's gonna be radiating, my hair is going to be glossy and pretty. My nails are going to be healthy. All of the above. But the minute you start putting McDonald's in your body, girl, first of all, you're literally taking probably a year off your life every time you eat it. Second of all, a bowl of fruit will make you feel 10 times better and will probably fill you up 10 times more. Some can agree to disagree. And also, not to mention, eating bad can also lead to depression and anxiety. I know, kind of crazy. You might have not expected it, but I've dealt with this literally since probably 7th grade. And I'm telling you, the minute I start dieting and exercising, it literally just like not necessarily goes fully away, but it definitely does something that I couldn't have done myself. Something therapy would have not fixed. And when you're depressed and like are constantly like, oh my God, trust me, it glows you down. Because although we may not be able to control it most of the time because it's literally in your head, like mentally, like you can't really get rid of it type thing, it definitely, you can see it on somebody. You definitely can see it on somebody. So, hey, I didn't hear it, but next thing I'm gonna say, if you're not getting sunlight, you're not doing any sort of activity, you're not doing anything, you're just bed rotting all day. I've bed rotted before a million times, and sometimes I still do it to this day because like we all need our little bed rotting moment. But what we don't need is a bed rotting moment every single day of our lives. Like, what are you doing? Like, religious or not, they God put you on this earth to freaking lay in your bed. Beds weren't even invented, okay? Like, and if you're not religious, then you're obviously put here to just do something. So, hey. You know, like, I don't know how else to explain it, but like, you could have a beautiful life, you could make yourself beautiful, like, you're beautiful just the way you are, but you know, we all want to up our look sometimes, and I feel like if we're at least not going out in the sun, or just like going on a walk, or just like doing something to make our bodies like active, then you're gonna see that. And no, not everybody's looking at you like, she definitely doesn't work out, or like, she definitely doesn't eat good. Like, that's not really how it is, but you can definitely see it on yourself. Because recently, there have been a lot of times where I literally just stopped eating good. Like, went full, like, McDonald's. And, trust me, I could tell, okay? I could tell the inflammation, like, my face is inflamed. I can see it literally in my wrists. My wrists were smaller, like, it's because like the inflammation on my body, like I can literally like feel it. But the minute I start eating healthy again, it just goes away. Like, I don't know what it is, but maybe I can make a video on that because I don't know the whole science behind it. But what I do know is that it definitely takes an effect on your body. Sleep. Oh my God, I could not tell you how important sleep is. You see those bags under your eyes right now? I see them. Well, maybe it's because you don't sleep enough, okay? If you were up last night scrolling through TikTok at 3 in the morning, you definitely didn't get enough sleep. Oh, and you woke up for school the next day at 6 in the morning? That sounds like only 5 hours of sleep. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm in 3 hours of sleep. Ooh. That only sounds like 3 hours of sleep to me. I suggest you get some sleep. Also, sleep causes mood changes, fatigue, anxiety, all those things. Do you think it's cute when your moods are changing and you're mad 24/7, or you're happy and then you just don't know how to feel? You think that's cute? That's not cute. Not at all. Do you think it's cute when you look like you're on the verge of throwing up? Do you think it's cute when you look sick? No, it's not. Okay, it's not. So how about you get those 9 hours sleep tonight? Okay? I'm rooting for you, I swear. I just want the best for you guys, okay? Okay, next thing I'm gonna say is your skin. Does acne make you look dirty? Not all the time. But if we're being real here, if we're being a real human being that isn't gonna sugarcoat something, yes, a lot of the time it does, okay? Because, okay, if you're putting somebody that has a bunch of acne next to somebody that has fully clear skin, who do you think looks cleaner? And by the way, not dissing anybody with acne, because I could tell you I literally have been on pills for acne before. So this is how I know that you can get rid of it, and it takes time. It definitely takes time to get rid of acne. So I'm not even gonna be like, oh, you can get rid of it by tomorrow if you blah blah. Like, no, that's not how it works. I've been there. Actually, I go through it still constantly. But your diet is probably the biggest thing that will impact your acne. I promise you. Whenever I just fully eat like good food, somehow my acne doesn't always go fully away. But for the most part, I'm not having weird cysts under my skin and stuff like that. I can actually wear makeup and it looks smooth. So, low-key what I'm saying is that all around your diet is literally the thing that brings everything together and makes you look good. I promise you. So the things that honestly I do for my skin is every night, never miss, I always wash my face. And one thing that really helped my skin was Panoxyl. Panoxyl? Is that how you say it? I don't know how you say it, but that's how I'm going to be saying it. And I found a good skincare routine. And sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short. It really just depends on the mood that I'm in. But when I want to be all fancy, I'm using like all like my weird like freaking, I don't even know what they are. But it works. And I switched from snail mucin to bean essence, so it's vegan, so I don't have weird snail juices in my face. But yeah, and I start every morning with a turmeric bar because it has helped my like dark spots way more than I thought it would, which is kind of weird because I don't know how a soap bar would do that. But hey, I'm not complaining. I also never ever dry my face with a towel. If you're doing that, please stop, because you need to let your face air dry. And I don't let it air dry so much to the point where it gets like no moisture in it, if you know what I'm talking about. But I let it air dry to the point where it's like, okay, like we're ready to put some bean essence and some moisturizer and some glycolic acid and all those fancy things on your face. So I've been using retinol. So yeah, and I have this one retinol, so if anybody wants to know what the retinol is, I will gladly put it in the comments so you guys can use it, because it's not that expensive. It's pretty inexpensive, and it works like a charm. This is like super underrated, and I have one more underrated thing in this video to talk about when it comes to like why you're ugly. But this is so underrated, but I will do this to the day I die. Well, if social media is still a thing when I die. But I save videos like crazy. I save videos to the point where like I just have this, like I have like almost like I vision how I want to be, and I vision the things that I should make, and like blah 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 blah. Like I have everything. Like I have everything that I just want to be like in my moment. Like I want to reach my full potential, and I have it right there. I can like see other people's lives. And no, never compare your life to somebody else's. But if you're trying to vision who you want to be, or like what things you may want to look like I have my little vision board, okay? I have my little vision board saved in my Instagram, so that's how I think, guys. And I feel like this is super underrated because like first of all, when you start saving those videos, those kind of videos are going to be on your For You page about like, oh, like I made this green drink, and not like one of those green drinks that are full of sugar, like those green drinks that are like actually good for you, and like workouts, like, oh, like I made my waist look like this, like, you know, like obviously your whole life does not have to be surrounded about like how you want to look and stuff like that. But let me tell you one thing, coming from somebody that used to be literally like so comfortable in being ugly that I was just like, I don't even know, I used to be so comfortable with being ugly. Like I used to be so comfortable with eating McDonald's every day. I used to be so comfortable with drinking Coca-Cola as my first thing in the morning. Like I used to be so comfortable with drying my hair off and not sleeping, only sleeping for 3 hours, and being in bad relationships and things like that. Like when I tell you, when you get those things together, you will have a different spark to you, a different like look in your eyes. Like I swear you can tell when somebody's going through stuff and doesn't take care of themselves. Like you can tell the way that they smell. Like, oh, like I don't even know, it's just like as soon as you stop doing those things, you're gonna recognize it, I promise. The next thing, I need to bring this up, I don't care, I need to bring this up. Surrounding yourself by people that aren't supportive, aren't there when you need them, terrible relationships, friendships that are putting you down. You need to leave those friendships or relationships. I said it. I think that's one of the biggest things here, because the minute you have people putting you down is the minute that you lose motivation for everything. And I will tell you, I've been there way too many freaking times. I can't tell you the amount of friends that I've cut off in the past 2 years. Probably like over 15 of them. And no, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, I'm just, you know, like I just get butthurt so easily. Like, no, I will stand my ground about how I feel about myself and how people talk to me. Like, I think that's one of the most important things. You don't need people in your life. There is how many people, like 8 billion people on this earth, and you choose to be in a relationship with the guy that you saw on Instagram and you think he's hot? No, like there are like 20, there are like thousands, like there are billions of guys. Like, stop. And there's billions of girls you could be friends with, or girls that you could be with, whatever, I don't know. But let me tell you, leave them. If you were thinking about leaving a relationship or leaving a friendship or cutting somebody off, even down to a family member, cut them off or leave them now. After you watch this video, leave them, because they will, imagine you have a match and then you have one of those like things that you match it with. They are this thing, except they don't freaking work. You cannot light a match with a surface that does not work for the match. Clearly that relationship does not work for you. So, I do this. Your mentality. I could go, this is one of those topics that I could literally just go on for hours, but you know, I'm gonna make it a little shorter for you guys just because I know you don't want to listen to me yap for an hour or two about this, but I will be gladly to make a whole separate video on it so you can watch me yap about it for 20 minutes. But your mentality. If your mentality is bad towards other people, if you're jealous of other people, if you're a mean girl, that shows, okay? Okay, the minute I'm friends with somebody, I think they're the most beautiful person in the world. But when people are mean, like, I swear to God, I'll be like, oh yeah, she's pretty, but she's not that pretty because she's mean. Like, that's my way of thinking. And I know it's like a lot of other girls' ways of thinking too, because I'm sorry, but a mean girl, did you think you were still pretty when you were mean? Did you think you were still pretty when you bullied that girl online? Do you think you're still pretty if you bully that girl in person? Do you think you're still pretty if you laughed at the girl in the hallway? No, you're not. You're just mean and jealous and judgy, and that's why you're watching this video, so you can get out of that mentality, okay? There was a point where I was definitely not in my right mind. And was I mean to other girls? No, I was not. But what I will say is the minute I started being mean to girls, the minute I started being like jealous of girls, is the minute I got ugly. Like, you cannot compare yourself to people ever. You're on your own journey, you're on your own path. It takes people years to get their hair right, or their makeup right, or like their body right, or like their skin. Like, it doesn't just work out for everybody right away. So you have to remember that. You just have to remember that. And yeah, guys, this is all coming from the heart. Like, genuinely, like, if I wanted to glow up tomorrow, like, these are probably things that I'd put into my life, obviously. And like, between the eating and the activities, like, I feel like it's all pretty basic stuff, but you need it to be repeated to you sometimes, because sometimes it doesn't fully stick into your mind, and it may not stick into your mind the first, the second time, or the third time, but it will eventually, because you're gonna get to the point where you're like, damn, time to fix this. Hi guys. So I feel like I could have done more explaining this video, but I feel like that should be like a part 2, because like in depth maybe, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, that's kind of the end of the video. Like, just if you put these in practice, I promise you'll be a different person. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded, but I know every video I'm like, oh, I'll upload every week, but I'm actually going to try my best to upload as much as possible, and I'm gonna leave it at that, because I never know what's going on in my life these days. But hey. Anyways, guys, just remember, you're all beautiful in your own way. I said it, yes. I really, truly do believe that, but I think the potential is always there. You just need to put it into action, okay? Anyways, bye, guys. Love you so much.